Hey everybody, Jay Barino here, welcome back. We're continuing UED First Light. There are 2 missions remaining in this first act of the campaign. I believe missions 12 to 18 will be part of Act 2. I don't know when that will be made or released. It will be some point in the future, of course, but for now we've got 2 missions left. The Gatekeepers. Graves' entire brigade was destroyed, to the last soldier attempting to hold the Roaches at bay. This did give the nearby colony ships the time needed to prep for launch. UPL Force's sole focus is ensuring those ships break orbit as they move towards their assigned star systems. Man, it's crazy how quick this campaign turned. We had some success at the beginning, but ultimately it's just the UPL didn't understand what they were up against. And I don't want to say they didn't take the threat seriously. It seemed like they certainly did, but they just didn't have the information, or I guess the firepower that they needed. No psionics, no Dark Templar, etc., to get rid of the Cerebrid. So I guess that means Graves' car unit, of course, and Jericho are all gone. Send me in. Abandon hope. UPL forces established perimeters around Houston, Texas, and other mostly intact urban centers, while enormous colony ships inside were boarded by hundreds of people each. The ships all had a different destination star system, many light years from Sol. To stall the Roaches' advance during the evacuation, the UPL unleashed its nuclear stockpiles on nests all over the world. Though irradiating much of the Earth in the process, the attack significantly depleted the Roaches' numbers and their ability to wage war. With our cyber infrastructure in ruins, information was conveyed to the remaining human populations via shortwave radio, analog broadcasts, and even hard-copy newspapers. So this is, this is to align with what I was explaining 2 missions ago, which is when Fleet Admiral Hayes decides to basically glass the whole planet. In this situation, I guess at the very least there was an evacuation attempt, as opposed to Hayes basically losing his mind. There was still that moment, though, when he set off the nuclear device and killed Myra Roachbane Davis needlessly. I guess they didn't realize it wouldn't work anyway. Is this the end? Houston, Texas overrun. The United Powers League has ordered nearly all its conventional military, ground, and air forces to converge on 10 metropolitan areas around the world, as part of what anonymous military sources are calling the last operation. While there's no official statement available, again, it's hard. You can't really keep up with all of these things, but these loading screens are all interesting. They all have like a different flair as well. Like some of them were hand-drawn. Some of them looked like StarCraft 1 cinematics. It's cool stuff.
Great losses, my children. These earth creatures have unleashed the fury of the largest weapons against us. And by we must harvest more food so that new warriors may be birthed. You are correct. We have already stripped this world of its subservient animal species. We are now forced to use what remains of these 2-legged sentient vermin, these humans, as sustenance for our next generation of warriors.
Oh.
Harvest what you can. They are the key to ensuring we have the warriors we need to finish our work here.
So Slore is the name of the Cerebrit. The resources of Earth differ from what your brood is accustomed to. To ensure your brood can reproduce, you must harvest the planet's fauna and what remains of the human population represents the largest pool of biomass still alive. Your defilers are able to project a toxin which paralyzes humans, making them easy prey. While this will not work on human soldiers who are protected from airborne pathogens, the humans' general populations are susceptible. Use your defilers to paralyze the humans you can, and then use drones to bring the humans back to your hatchery, lair, or hive. The humans will be dissolved into their organic materials, which can be used to replenish your brood. If you lack defilers, you can still use your drones to retrieve the human creatures, but it will be harder if they try to run away. Oh my. Paralyzing spores. We got plague and consumption. Are these hunter killers? Yeah, they are. Okay, well, that's going to be our main jam for now. This is listed as a roach. Defiler. So these are all, like, the proper names because we're playing from the perspective of the Zerg. I wonder if it'll explain anything about roaches being part of this brood, because that's the main, you know, lore inconsistency. At the end of the day, I personally am not someone who's a huge stickler for this. I feel like I'm able to suspend my disbelief to an extent. But I understand how that probably sticks out to many people. It's something I notice, but I sort of choose to say, okay, this isn't like a deal enough to be like, oh, well, there's roaches in this campaign? No stars, you know? I get that impression from some comments, but, you know, I can't, who am I to tell you what to think, you know? Okay, paralyze them? Oh, there's some soldiers in there, too. Hunter killers, get in there. Okay, the civilians do not count as... The civilians don't count as enemies, so I won't accidentally attack them. So there's 4 here, 1, 2, there's 5 here. Oh my god. Oh no. I suppose I could build... Okay, so it costs biomass to make structures as well. So if I wanted to make more units... It's all based on the biomass. Again, the hunter-killers alone probably can handle a lot of this. We'll bring the roach with us as well. The paralyzing spore lasts for a really long time. And it doesn't seem like we're timed. This actually... It feels like we're not actually on a time crunch, so I'm going to sort of relax a little bit this mission. That pressure that I've talked about is not existent at this moment, which is, it feels like a blessing. These look like Hydra stats from the first game. Just, you know, a double Hydralisk, basically. So, you know, we can... Plague here. Oh, yeah. Plague here. Oh, yeah. Paralyzing spores, we only need 1 of those, realistically. I'll just wait. I'm not in a rush. We'll let the Z1 battle buddy get down to as low health as possible. It looks like there we go.
Echo Command, we have multiple civilians stranded. We need a flyby at 8th and Lexington. And we're in a hurry, Command.
Okay, get out. Sounds like they're going to bomb. So let's just not be close to that, please. Same thing, I'm just going to head up there and plague the tank. Again, I'm not in a rush. I'm going to take this relatively slow. Well, we don't want to... We know there's a tank back there, actually. I just don't want to accidentally plague the civilians. They're neutral, but I assume they'd get hit by that spell. So let's just go ahead and go with the Hunter Killers and Zerglings. The Zerglings can absorb the hits from the tank. Just burrow here. Okay, you'll love to see it. They're starting to move out. Get the drones over here, and then let's paralyze this group of people. They run very slow. I guess it's understandable. Like, you have to give the, you know, the player an opportunity to paralyze them. Especially, like, say your Defiler's Rod of Energy or something. That could really be a big bummer. Alright, and then we're giving our Hunter Killers some time to get their HP back. A squad of elite Hunter Killers is definitely reminiscent of the original campaign as well, to an extent. I remember that fondly. Okay, so let's hit this. Also, cool faction swap. It's a cool opportunity to play as the Zerg. I want to be on the lookout for any lore codex, if that's something that is available to us as Zerg. I would really be intrigued to learn more. Okay, no Overlord drop. Okay, now how did these people in this city how did they survive nuclear explosions? Okay, quick save because I can't see up this ramp, nor can I Dark Swarm. That okay. There's a T-17 up there, but there's really nothing I can do to get up there easily to hit it. So let's just stick to the bottom for now. I have 15 biomass. Here we go.
We're gonna get folded up here, sir. We need to pull back.
Alright, they need to pull back. The Brood. I'm actually quite looking forward to reading this. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's no problem. Okay, let's read about the brood. With Earth being tens of thousands of light years away from the primary Zerg swarm and the Overmind, the Cerebit Slore and its brood on Earth were cut off from the Zerg's evolution master Abathur. The Overmind could still control and support Slore to a degree, but the distance prevented any other creatures in the swarm from directly intervening on Slore's behalf. Due to the absence of a structured system of evolution governance, Slore was required to spin threads of different species together on its own to improve the brood's capabilities. Slore was particularly interested in creating powerful variants of various species such as Hydralisks and Ultralisks. However, for every success Slore had in this regard, hundreds of failed attempts in liquefied biomass also occurred. It's for this reason that Slore's champions are limited in number, and it is a fortuitous limitation for Earth's defenders, already on the verge of defeat, that more of these powerful champion breeds were not birthed. While most of Slore's brood is similar in species composition to the Overmind swarm, Slore has been able to advance certain life forms it discovered on other worlds before coming to Earth, resulting in some differences as well. Slore also took notice of the soft rock that comprised Earth's crust, similar in composition to andesite. This allowed Slore to spin strands and provide its brood with the universal ability to move while burrowed across Earth's landmass. Unlike the denser planetary crusts in the Koprulu Sector, with which only specialized Zerg breeds could move through freely. With Slore's burrowing evolution, its brood had the ability to move below ground when attacking most objectives, allowing the creatures to bypass many of the UPL's perimeter defenses. This retroactively explains a lot when there were many times where Zerg were just popping up out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere. So in theory, then, I can't, that's not something actually in-game I can do. I can't move my Zerglings while burrowed, but I understand the purpose that's being explained to me here. Oh, I plagued that. You know what? The civilians won't die. It's fine. Okay, let's get in there. That is a Tesla tower, and those are mortars. Okay, we can dodge these. I did just lose a hunter killer, though. Okay, let's back up. We're going to have to actually build some stuff now. Unfortunately. Ooh, look out. Okay, let's actually build some stuff. So, we still need drones to actually harvest the civilians. We can only get a roach warren, so let's do that. And I think basically what it's saying is the roaches and the queens are technically available to us. I think if I'm understanding this correct, like they're part of our swarm. I think they're not meant to be exactly like Kerrigan's, and like Slore came up with them himself. This might be explained in another tip. I mean, there's a lot of custom models in this campaign, and I feel like it would be flippant for me to like, oh, just make other ones. But yeah, the roaches and the queens do stand out. The land queens do stand out as being something from StarCraft 2. So I could see how maybe that should be something that, could have a custom model for the roach instead. It basically is the same unit in terms of stats. It's a ground-ranged armored unit, but it's not actually a roach. But again, this might be something that's just not been explained to me yet. Let's get some more roaches. We've got to get into this. We also have to get up to the T-17, but we might just not have enough units yet. So we've got a Tesla tower there. Can I make queens? No. We can make Ultralisks eventually, and Mutas will be really good too. We're just very, very low on biomass. Tempting to wait for upgrades here. We're never going to get Zergling speed.
I've got spitters on the east wall.
Do you? I guess technically they do. Okay, lead with the roaches, please. Are these detectors? I didn't think they were. Okay, and then we got a good amount of civilians here that we can go ahead and snag. We don't want them to run. It's interesting that they're not running right now. Maybe that they'd only run once we destroyed all the structures. Don't hit me, TR-17. I'm far enough away. Or hopefully I'm far enough away. The roaches still have the quick burrowing. Losing one hunter killer sucks for me. That was a big mistake. But I think, in the grand scheme, we should be okay. There's 2 left? 3 left? And we can just poke away with Plague. Okay, and then I could make a Hydra Den
Mutation.
Spire is tempting, and it's only 1 biomass. So I'm going to do that. Keep getting upgrades. How much are Zerglings are 2 biomass for... Wow, okay. That seems kind of prohibitive. That's okay, though. And then we need a hive eventually. It's only 1 biomass, so let's just go ahead and grab it. I will get a Hydra Den as well. I might be going a little overboard with my available things. I don't know. I can't quite tell if we're doing the right thing here. But again, this is not a timed mission. It doesn't seem like it, so I am going to just sort of take my time. Okay, we lost... Oh, wow, that one officer just sniped my roach, just blam. Okay, we got another group here. Oh, okay, well, that's what I get for trying to micro. I should have just ran away. Okay, we're losing stuff left and right. No other upgrades available to us. Air units probably going to be pretty good. There are a lot of those, rocket troopers, though. Let's just move up with the Defilers and use Plague. And then again, there's something up here, too. But we're not quite ready to mess around with that just yet. I think I maybe need to be a little more aggressive with Plague. Oh, that was the wrong ability. That's the Dark Swarm equivalent. Just let those burn down. Okay, we got a pretty sparse force here. These hunter killers not as juicy as I thought they could be. Mortar troopers surprisingly good.
Complete.
Mortar troopers surprisingly okay here. Okay, battle buddy, make your way. There's some more hot lore there that I saw as well. Okay, and then we have 3 drones. We're going to have to make multiple trips here. That is acceptable. We also want to move forward and see if there's any other units here. Those are still frozen. That's good. Lure tablet. What, there's only like 6 here. Here. Oh, never mind. There's way more. We'll just make multiple trips. Drones cost biomass as well, so I probably just shouldn't have even made this other tech. Let's quick save, because if I come up here, I'm concerned I might get hit by artillery. Nope, we're good. We're going to learn about Slore. Oh, nope. I did get hit by the TR-17 back there. Hang on. I know I want to read... I really want to read about Slore, but let me go ahead and reload, because I don't want to throw away a Hydralisk for that. We might be able to pick it up with a burrowed roach, actually, because it looks like they have tunneling claws. They do not. You know, we'll worry about that in a moment. Just give me a second. I just want to harvest the people. Harvesting the people, very important, and let's keep getting upgrades. Ground armor. Actually, you know what? Don't get ground armor. Let's just get a roach and a Hydralisk. And then get effed. People. We'll just make multiple trips here. Quick save, and let's just see if we can snag this without getting killed by artillery. Okay, we'll let this sort of... Actually, we could just close this and then read it. Slore. The ruling intelligence of the Zerg in 2247, the Overmind, has grown well beyond the limits originally intended by its Xel'Naga creator, Amon. Amon has created the Overmind to fulfill its vision of creating perfect entities, those containing both purity of essence and purity of form, which would involve the destruction of both species and refashion creation in Amon's image. Unfortunately, the name Amon was brought up in this campaign at all. Though not a mindless slave, the Overmind was under Amon's thrall and could not resist. It was only a matter of time before the other Xel'Naga learned of Amon's plan. When the Xel'Naga attempted to intervene, Amon ordered the Overmind to attack the Xel'Naga world ships in orbit of the Zerg homeworld Zaris. Hundreds of ships were destroyed, and the Overmind absorbed the essence of thousands of Xel'Naga into itself. While Amon was still defeated, the Overmind remained bound to the will of its creator and continued in its quest to find the Protoss to fulfill the plan Amon had set in motion. The Overmind was then considerably more powerful as a result of the Xel'Naga essence it absorbed. Its power was such that it could control its swarm over galactic distances, and it used this to its advantage. So the whole thing with the Overmind destroying the Xel'Naga world ships was in the StarCraft manual, then it was retconned in StarCraft 2 to be all part of Amon's master plan, and then this campaign is adding a little bit of extra retcon to say that, by extension, because he killed the world ships with the Xel'Naga on them, the Overmind used the power that it absorbed to now be able to basically send Slor super far away and still be able to reincarnate him, if I understand correctly. The Overmind dispatched its lieutenants, its Cerebrits, across space to find the Protoss. Slor is one of these Cerebrits, and it moved tens of thousands of light years through warp rifts, well away from the bulk of the Overmind's primary swarm. While Slor has not yet located the Protoss, it was successful in its integration of other species into its own brood that were found on various worlds. Slor's brood is what has invaded the Earth. The Overmind's focus is on the search for the Protoss or any creatures with psionic potential, and Earth has neither, so Slor has been left to manage its brood autonomously. While humans in the Koprulu Sector in 2500, 250 years after the Earth invasion, demonstrated tremendous psionic potential to the Overmind, the humans of Earth not exposed to the radiation in Koprulu did not, rendering Slor's attacks to be one purely designed to bolster the strength of its brood before moving forward with its own search for the Protoss. So it's using Earth basically as a gas station, which makes this even more morbid. A quick note here, I'm sure lore people would point this out. I'm pretty sure. So on one hand, yeah, there's no psionics on Earth, but that's because Doran Routh basically sent anybody with those types of mutations away to the Koprulu Sector. I don't think that the humans in Koprulu develop psionic potential because of radiation. I think that the reason that they have psionic potential is because those were the ones that were sent away for not being considered pure as part of the eugenics program that Doran Routh undertook. Someone can correct me or go into more detail, as I'm sure many people will. Anyway, let's go ahead and harvest these people. I very much would like to kill that TR-17, but I also kind of get the impression we're not supposed to be going up there. I could make one Mutalisk to scout. Let's do that. Let's go back and get some more people. And you know what? Leave the defilers back here so we can keep these people stunned. Again, I'm happy to take my time after, the majority of this campaign is very much, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, be afraid, you don't know what's coming next. This one is very much, take your time. Kill them all. Okay, Muta. Quick save. This is no. A6s are like the perfect counter to Mutalisks, so obviously that's not going to work. Let's try going around. And Dark Swarm was replaced with the stun, which is a little bit of a bummer considering Dark Swarm would be astronomically useful here. I don't think we're going to be able to fly around this. Yes, we can. Oh, okay. Well, there's some MiGs there, too. I don't know. I'm not sure if we really should be going up there or if the map is going to expand up in that direction, because that's sort of the impression that I'm getting, is that the map will expand up there. Mutas are just so easily countered. I'm going to keep this one to scout for me. Getting even just one Ultralisk would also feel pretty good. Let's just go, Roach Hydra. We have 2 Hunter Killers left, which makes me feel pretty good. I mean, look, let's just quick save and just auto attack up this ramp and see what happens. I'm gonna guess there's no way this could possibly work. Oh, okay, there's a giant gate. So yeah, we can't go back there even if we wanted to. So just load up. I'm sure we're gonna get enough biomass that we can start pushing into these areas in a bit. This probably is not the pace you expected for this video. We're just chilling. We're taking our time. We're learning all about why Slor is here and his capabilities and why he has different Zerg strains, etc., etc. I get the explanation for why he has roaches and queens. I get it. I just, maybe a little too conveniently similar to, they're a little, maybe too conveniently similar to some of the other, StarCraft 2, Zerg people. You know, but again, it's real easy for me to be like, well, you made all these custom units, why didn't you just make 2 or 3 more? Like, each of these units, keep in mind, has a model, an idle animation, an attack animation, ability animation, there's mining animations and deploy animations and all this death animations, portraits, voice lines. It's so much. You know, okay, maybe you don't need voice lines for the Zerg or even portraits, but still.
Have a working comm unit? We need air support.
All the jet jockeys preoccupied, Corporal. We are the fish in a barrel today.
Yeah, unfortunately you are. The banter that we're hearing, like the comm chatter from the UPL is, again, it's depressing. Let's do that. I bet there's an achievement to not lose any units on this part of the map, which I bet is absolutely possible. Either not lose units or, not lose units or, not build any units. Which, to do it all with, I'm sure we could poke with, the hunter killers would absolutely work. Okay, let them come to us. Turn and fight. Okay, looking good. Let's go ahead and boop this. Boop. Infantrymen, make your way to me, please. That was okay. Thankfully, those dudes don't try and suicide into us, because that would be extremely spooky. That one Mutalisk was a waste. Don't at me about it, please. Okay, let them flee. And then we do this. And this is going to take multiple trips, but I really don't want to build more drones because I am a min-maxing clown. So you know what? I'll just make a cut in the video because it's just going to be me going back and forth a bunch of times. Okay, I didn't return the civilians. I just picked them up, and it was transitioning. So here you go.
Trying to escape. Ensure these machines are captured my children. Do not destroy them. Great numbers of the Earth creatures are inside. You will bring them to your nest, so the incubation process may resume. Do not fail me in this task.
Attention. Hostile organisms have been detected in the main hangar bay. All civilian engineers must evacuate immediately.
Hey, we gotta stop them. You're not getting away from me. Destroy human noisemaker. Yes, sir. Yo, get him. Then get that one. And this one. Capture ship within 8 minutes. Okay, well, I need the... what I could have done is min-max the upgrades in the last section, but I think I carried forth my upgrades this time. So let's go lair. Just keep grabbing these people. And then you've got to be... I don't even know if I want a Roach Warren at this point. They have a lot of frontline anti-armor with their tanks. Just quick save and let's just see if we can poke in and plague stuff. We can just consume Zerglings. Right, this is banger. Right, and then we just one-shot him to death.
Some flying machine
Okay, they're ripe for a harvest. Okay. Thankfully, they're all, you know, they're giving themselves to us, basically, considering they're all just in tanks, ready to die. That's a bit of a bummer. Okay, get some more Hydras. Yo, look at this Ultra go crazy on these dudes. Okay, we'll get another one. And, this is where I could get more upgrades like this. Okay, we got a group of Hydras and a group of Zerglings, plus the Defilers that we could plague. We'll let the Ultra slowly heal if possible. Heavy Gunner's not great against Zerglings. This combo's not bad. Really just depends on what's in this ship. It seems like Hydras are going to do us just fine. And I only have 2 more biomass, so just, you know, grab Carapace level 2, and then we'll have 222 across the board for Ultra Hydra later. Okay, sorry, Hydra.
All hostile organisms will be terminated.
Oh, it's Car. Oh, hey, look, I have more people here. Hang on. That feels bad, man. It feels bad to kill Car. What did he ever do to us? Except, you know, kill hundreds of us, I guess, technically, right? Man, learning about the Zerg motivations for being here, I think make it worse, because they're not like, hey, we detected these powerful Terrans, we got to take them out before they, you know, get too strong. No, they just went to the wrong place. And the result is, now we all die. That's a big bummer, you know? So I spent biomass in a hive that I did not need. We have 3 minutes. We got to get going. I'm not feeling too hot considering I'm just going way too slow. Okay, kill these gentlemen. Interesting that it's a macro mission, but it's very meticulous with how you move forward. It's different for sure. There was our melee. Yo, you hear this music, though? Wait, just plague them. Always lead with plague. It's going to make every encounter way easier. I think Hydras already start with the Grooved Spine upgrade, because it seems like I can attack from a billion miles away. This looks like it. Yo, we're gonna get a bunch of people now. Yeah, okay.
Attention. Hostile organisms have been detected on Deck 2, Section 8. All security teams respond.
Okay, we get our hunter-killers back. Nest attacked. The following successful capture of the Earth Creature's flying machine, the sleeper humans were brought to the nearby nest for biomass conversion. This provided the brood with enormous biomass reserves for use in the breeding of new warriors. Use this additional biomass to birth the warriors needed to capture the sleepers on the next flying machine. Okay, so we're gonna need more here. Again, I'm once again gonna go ahead and I feel like if we can min-max some upgrades out.
Let's move now!
Cover me!
We don't have to worry about collecting people anymore, because that got a little tiresome at a certain point. I'm not going to even bother, I think, with spine crawlers. I'm going to build 3 more. I'm going to build 3 more drones, and then we're going to try and get these upgrades out. So we got to wait for a lair. And then we'll go Ultras, and we'll go Hydras. We have plenty of biomass to do it. In fact, let's do this to ensure we can get to +3 for sure, and because we only need 2 more drones, though I think it is worthwhile getting some spine crawlers, or pokers, as they are colloquially known in this term. Okay, go straight to Hive, get me a Hydra Den. If we make Ultras, they're gonna get stuck, aren't they? There we go. I'm pretty sure they're gonna get stuck, so now I'm thinking we shouldn't make any. We could just make 1 billion Hydralisks. I'm thinking that's probably what we're gonna have to do. Though I'm not above killing my own spawning pool. There we go. Get +3 attacks. Then make Hydras. Did I have a drone? I do have drones here. Get that Ultra Cavern. Okay, you're doing great. Keep it up. Maybe I should just make another hatchery. Okay, we're okay. We're getting chipped away at, but once this Ultra Cavern finishes, we're going to be really cooking with gas. Making a nice big group of Hydras. The thing is, the enemy has things that kill us so fast, I don't even know if it's necessarily worthwhile to get armor upgrades. I don't think armor upgrades are necessarily going to make a big difference here. Okay, get those Ultras. Hide behind the spine crawler. I can't uproot it and move it. Okay, when you're done there, just go ahead and get ground carapace. Just keep making Ultras. And then I'm going to get another drone so that I can try making a hatchery further up. Second hatchery should be really useful here. And then once this group of Ultras finishes, we should be able to go and do like a solid push through this ship. Oh yeah, I never finished killing the spine, the spawning pool. Go get him, broodlings! Oh, they're doing it. Okay, and of course, yeah, those attack upgrades are going to feel real nice. Okay, hatchery up here, please. Make Hydras, and we're going. Rally to the Hunter Killers. Seems like destroying these might stop attacks. And also it stops us from having to hear the wah, wah, wah constantly. Hunter Killer does not need to be in the front.
The captain's dead. Let's get the hell out of here.
Yes. Abandon. Abandon your posts. Flee! Flee for your lives, etc., etc. You've all seen the film. Okay, seems like some of them are coming from down here. No, they're actually coming from up there. Ah, so I didn't quite catch that, but it looked like basically destroy this terminal to stop them from calling reinforcements. We could infest those people. Oh my gosh, there's really loud thunder outside my house, and I just thought, like, is this in the game? Okay, we're gonna, I think, have to set up some spine crawlers here. Let's just wait for these reinforcements. Honestly, Ultras alone can probably handle this. Yes, to cut off human reinforcements. There we go. Let's keep it up. The rocket troopers, I think, are going to be doing okay against the ultras, but not great. I think rocket troopers are slated to be changed, where they do extra versus... they have a damage reduction, base damage reduction, but they're going to do bonus versus massive, so they will be better against ultralists specifically. Yo! Roaches. Okay, well, we'll learn about that later. I don't need to infest these dudes. That's beneath me. Hydra me. This, I think, is ultimately a victory lap. It feels good after, you know, so many missions of just getting roasted as the people. Now we're roasting the people. Humanity's first large-scale encounters with the Zerg occurred when the creatures first landed on Earth, with their resilience to biological toxins, small arms, fire, and nerve agents reminding UPL soldiers of cockroaches. Just as cockroaches have been shown to survive exposure to insecticides, poison, being cooked in vapor box, or being frozen and thawed and still alive, the invading creatures have shown similar durability. As more and more soldiers referenced fighting the Zerg to be like fighting cockroaches, eventually that was shortened and the moniker Roaches was formally adopted. The UPL further defined these roach structures and creatures based on their apparent function or physical characteristics, such as referring to Zerglings as rodents, due to them being smaller-sized pests on the battlefield, tunnelers, which referred to the Nidus canals, or spikers, which referred to Slur's lurker-type creature. Sometimes humans get it wrong, such as referring to hydralisks as spitters, even though the creatures are hurling spikes from their appendages and not actually spitting them. There was significant debate within the military as to whether forces could openly communicate with one another, or would still follow the standard practice of concealing locations and targets with code names. A better safe-than-sorry approach was adopted, but the truth of the matter is Slur does not need to monitor communications at all. If intelligence is sought, the best source is to infest humans and derive all the information that is required from their memories, which is exactly what happened with Trask.
Is that all you got?
Oh, okay, we got spec ops in here. They don't do great versus armored, but still. Okay, that's one section that needed to go. You know what, leave the engineers alive so that we can infest them later. Let's go ahead and just auto-attack towards the top. I'll start +3, but I kind of am doubtful it will finish. I also got +1 flyer attack on the very first section of the map. That's what I was saying about, like, min-maxing upgrades. We got 7 minutes. We're way ahead of schedule. Again, I don't get the impression that this map is supposed to be, like, super difficult. It's more just sort of the creativity of a faction swap. I like it a lot. There's a car. Let's get more ultras to reinforce all the ones we lost. There goes Car. Thankfully, he didn't throw any grenades at us. Okay, keep going. We'll get new Hydras as well. I have only one drone and no biomass to make more. Okay, that's fine. Let them, they can kill that too, it's fine. Everything here is wiped out. There's one section of the ship left. That means that's the only direction that they can come from. They've got a little hologram of a Zergling. I don't know why they'd want to be reminded of that after they blast off into space, you know? Yo, Hunter Killer, though? Okay, played it a little fast and loose. Tempting maybe to let this finish, because we are about to finish this section. So let's quick save just in case it ends before we, you know... Hang on, leave him alive. We got 5 in-game minutes. Let +3 finish so that the later parts of this map are all cleaned up for us and ready to go. Don't end. It ended, unfortunately. So that's not going to finish. But that's okay. Yo, okay, now we got a huge swarm.
Do not allow insects to halt your advance.
Oh, and we get our original stuff, too.
Oh, sons of bitches. We want to hold that off for all of 5 seconds. Commander, you better get some more defenses up to Bronze Sector. We're going to fold like origami.
Commander, we've got massive incoming. We need help, but we need to pull back. What are your orders, sir?
Take down those screamers!
Oh, boy. We got guardians. We got upgrades.
They're inside the perimeter.
Okay, kill these. Move forward and attack the actual gate. Go ahead. And look at that. Just like that, Flippin' Slore has, like, rebuilt his whole brood. Ultras not being in the front hurts. Let the Ultras maybe in the front, please. And we're just smashing through with this remix of the Zerg StarCraft 1 soundtrack. So all that min-maxing for upgrades that we absolutely didn't need. This is one where you just go. You don't need that much.
Their defenses are broken. Let the slaughter begin.
Roaches are coming over the walls!
East wall's taking heavy fire.
We got some huge roaches hitting the west barricade!
More roaches inbound.
Put more fire on those roaches before they break the perimeter! We've got a glimpse on approach to colony ship 7. Do not let them unload near the launch pad.
We've got a breach!
The roaches just broke through barricade Echo 6, over!
Pull back now! Now!
Commander, this is DefenseNet. Your perimeter is porous. Withdraw from your outward positions and reinforce all of the remaining colony ships.
To anyone still listening, advances in we're moving what's left of our force to the...
I'll let this play.
All we can tell you is what we've been repeating all afternoon.
It's me!
Gather supplies, firearms, and seek out fortified underground shelters. We have locked ourselves in the station and will continue to stay on the air as long as we can. Repeat, global air traffic has ceased. Medical treatment is unavailable. Most fresh water supplies have been contaminated by the aliens. Power and utility networks have collapsed, and global military readiness is less than 1%. The aliens have control of all urban centers worldwide and more than 85% of all populated landmass, with UPL estimates putting that number at 99% in the next 72 hours. We will broadcast this message every 30 seconds.
Oh. Okay. Depressing. Depressing. Well, I remember recording that a while ago, a long time ago. It's funny to hear yourself that way. I'm glad they gave me they added a little bass to my voice. They removed a little of the nasaliness. I appreciate that. Makes me a little more, it makes me a little more masculine, That's what I like to hear. Oh, man. Yeah, that whole end segment, it's sort of unclear to me if any of the colony ships made it, because the end of the last mission implied that the ones in Houston did escape. But I'm not sure. That's the only thing I'm not super clear on. But this mission made it seem like we destroyed most of the ones that were still on the ground, but I don't know if any of them were able to take off. I kind of like this noisemakers destroyed, where it's just like if the alarm is annoying, you can destroy the machine so that it stops. I appreciate that. This is another one similar to 2 missions ago, where I think I took twice as long as I needed to on the mission. I had a good time, though. It was a cool perspective swap. And it was unexpected. That was cool. And this is something, again, that also happened in the original. There were cool perspective swaps. And then narratively, after Hayes, glasses the whole planet with nukes, which is what happened here, it just happens in, a mission briefing. But basically, DefenseNet is we nuked them all, and then, within 4 days, the roaches all came back because they had nests underground, so it didn't even matter that we nuked them, and we killed everyone in the process and reduced all of our defensive capabilities. It's different in this. It's slightly different, but the result is similar. And you get to play through rebuilding Slor's forces, and we learned a lot more about Slor as well. This is probably the one mission where I'm not a big lore nitpicker. I find I can suspend my disbelief regarding narrative stuff pretty easily, and I still can. This is the one where I pointed out, the whole, Roach and Queen thing. It's not I can't stress it enough. It's not like a big deal, but I know it will be for other people. That's the only reason I bring it up. To acknowledge, say, I recognize this difference, but I have loved everything this campaign's been thrown at me, 99%. This is fantastic. And it was a really fun way to semi-close out the campaign, is with, rebuilding Slor and the humans realizing that they didn't even get a reprieve after they nuked their own planet. Unfortunately, it's a very morbid end. We have one more mission after this, and I'll see you next time for it. Bye-bye.